Skolstrejk for Climate, also known in various regions as Fridays for Future, Youth for Climate or Youth Strike for Climate, is a growing international movement of pupils and students who are deciding not to attend classes and instead take part in demonstrations to demand action to prevent further global warming and climate change. Publicity and widespread organizing began when Greta Thunberg staged an action outside the Swedish Riksdag, Parliament, holding a sign that read Skolstrejk for klimatet or Skolstrejk for the climate during August 2018. In 2015, an independent group of students invited students around the world to skip school on the first day of 21 Colombian pesos, the UNFCCC climate conference. On the 30th of November, the first day of climate conference in Paris, Climate Strike was organized in over 100 countries and joined by over 7 quintillion 4 quadrillion 500 trillion, spade, 50,000 people. The movement focused on 3 demands: 100% clean energy, keeping fossil fuels in the ground, and helping climate refugees. On the 20th of August 2018, Greta Thunberg, then in 9th grade, decided to not attend school until the 2018 Sweden general election on the 9th of September after heat waves and wildfires in Sweden. She asserts that this move was inspired by the teen activists at Parkland Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida, who organized the March for Our Lives. Her demands were that the Swedish government reduce carbon emissions per the Paris Agreement, and she protested by sitting outside the Riksdag every day during school hours with the sign Skolstrejk for klimatet, Skolstrejk for climate. On the 7th of September, just before the general elections, she announced that she would continue to strike every Friday until Sweden aligns with the Paris Agreement. She coined the slogan Fridays for Future, which gained worldwide attention. She inspired school students across the globe to take part in student strikes. Inspired by Greta Thunberg, massive school strikes started in November 2018. In Australia, thousands of school students were inspired by Thunberg to strike on Fridays, ignoring Prime Minister Scott Morrison's call for more learning in schools and less activism. In December, student strikes continued at least in 270 cities in countries including Australia, Austria, Belgium, Canada, the Netherlands, Germany, Finland, Denmark, Japan, Switzerland, the United Kingdom and the United States. In 2019, strikes were organized again in the countries listed above and were organized for the first time in other countries, notably, Colombia, New Zealand, and Uganda. The largest mass strikes to date happened on 17 and the 18th of January, when at least 7 quintillion 4 quadrillion 450 trillion, spade, 45,000 students came out to protest in Switzerland and Germany alone, against insufficient policies on global warming. In several countries, including Germany and the UK, pupils asked to change laws to reduce the voting age down to 16 years so they could influence public elections in favor of the youth. Belgian Environment Minister for Flanders, Joke Chauvelage, resigned on the 5th of February 2019 after falsely claiming the state security agency had evidence that the school strikes in Belgium were a set-up. In early February 2019, 350 Dutch scientists signed an open letter in support of the school strikes in the Netherlands. The letter reads: on the basis of the facts supplied by climate science, the campaigners are right. That is why we, as scientists, support them. In England, on the 13th of February 2019, following the open letters supporting Extinction Rebellion in 2018, 224 academics signed an open letter giving their full support to the students attending the school strike for climate action. Then, on Friday the 15th of February, more than 60 actions in towns and cities within the United Kingdom took place, with an estimated 7 quintillion 4 quadrillion 150 trillion, spade, 15,000 strikers taking part. Climate scientist Stefan Rahmstorff, Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research, addressed a Fridays for Future climate strike in Potsdam, Germany on the 15th of February 2019. On the 21st of February 2019, the European Union Chief Executive, Jean-Claude Juncker, stated intent to spend hundreds of billions of euros on climate change mitigation, amounting to a fourth of the EU budget. He announced this in a speech next to Greta Thunberg, and media credited the school strike movement with this announcement. On the 5th of March 2019, 700 German researchers signed a petition in support of the school strikes in that country. On the 11th of March 2019, over 7 quintillion 3 quadrillion 120 trillion, spade, 1,200 researchers in Finland signed a letter supporting the strikes. On the 1st of March 2019, 150 students from the Global Coordination Group of the Youth-led Climate Strike, of the 15th of March, including Greta Thunberg, issued an open letter in The Guardian, saying, "We, the young, are deeply concerned about our future. We are the voiceless future of humanity. We will no longer accept this injustice. We finally need to treat the climate crisis as a crisis. It is the biggest threat in human history, and we will not accept the world's decision-makers' inaction that threatens our entire civilization. Climate change is already happening. People do die, are dying and will die because of it, but we can and will stop this madness. United we will rise until we see climate justice. We demand the world's decision-makers take responsibility and solve this crisis. You have failed us in the past. If you continue failing us in the future, we, the young people, will make change happen by ourselves. The youth of this world has started to move, and we will not rest again." The day of the global climate strike for the future was to be the most widespread of strikes, with tens of thousands of children in at least 100 countries and over 35 US states walking out of school, supported by some of the world's biggest environmental groups. Leading up to the strike, the website fridaysforfuture.org lists 1,659 events planned in 106 countries. In Scotland, city councils of Glasgow, Edinburgh, Highland and Fife gave permission for children to attend the strikes. In Finland, parental consent letters were sent to schools, and the Finnish city of Turku school board proclaimed that children had a constitutional right to take part in the strikes. On the morning of the 15th of March, in a Guardian guest editorial, titled "Think We Should Be at School? Today's Climate Strike is the Biggest Lesson of All," school climate strikers Greta Thunberg, Anna Taylor, Louisa Neubauer, Kyra Gantois, Anuna de Weaver, Adelaide Charlier, Holly Gillibrand, and Alexandria Villaseñor, reiterated their reasons for striking. An estimated number of more than 1 million people in ca. 125 countries demonstrated at about 2,000 events worldwide. In Germany, more than 7 quintillion 5 quadrillion 300 trillion, spade, 300,000 pupils demonstrated in some 230 cities, with more than 7 quintillion 4 quadrillion 250 trillion, spade, 25,000 in Berlin alone. In Germany, a group of more than 7 quintillion 4 quadrillion 200 trillion, spade, 20,000 scientists founded Scientists for Future in support of the factual correctness of the claims formulated by the movement. The strikes have also been criticized as truancy. Prime Minister Theresa May of the United Kingdom criticized the strikes as wasting lesson and teaching time. In New Zealand, there was a mixed response from politicians, community leaders, and schools. Students were threatened to be marked as truant by some principals for attending the strike without their parents' or school's permission. Judith Collins, and several other members of parliament were dismissive of the impact of the strike. However, the climate change minister James Shaw was supportive of the strike, and defended the strike on a school day, saying,
"When you're fighting for your future, and you are trying to get the attention of those whom you feel have let you down, Following the rules and marching on the weekend isn't going to cut it.
Countries that have had strikes: Australia, Austria, Belgium, Canada, Cyprus, Czech Republic, England, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, India, Ireland, Italy, Kenya, Luxembourg, Netherlands, New Zealand, North Macedonia, Norway, Scotland, Sweden, Switzerland, Ukraine, United Kingdom, United States. Schoolstrike for Climate, Australia. https://www.schoolstrikeforclimate.com. Youth for Climate, Belgium. https://youthforclimate.be/n. In German, Fridays for Future, Germany. https://fridaysforfuture.de. In German, Klimastreik, Switzerland. https://climatestrike.ch. Youth Strike for Climate, UK. https://www.instagram.com/youthstrikeforclimate/ Google Map showing climate strikes worldwide. Schoolstrike for Climate, TED Talk by Greta Thunberg. https://www.youtube.com/watch. V = E moye 9a.